Hi, I'm Dr. Lori Schwartz-Reichel. My career began in music education where I learned the importance of a key change, a shift, in the tonal center of a piece of music, often used to inject energy or produce significance. Eventually, I realized the impact of making key changes in all areas of my life and the desire to help others do the same. Making key changes can be difficult. I certainly don't have all the answers, but I do like to pose questions for reflection and offer actionable key changes for us to attempt in both our working and living situations. Together, we can unlock our greatest potential in collaboration with those we love, serve, and lead. Let's discover how we can grow together by making key changes. In last week's episode, I revisited an older conversation about career change, what it looks like to pivot, to rethink direction, and to keep going when things don't line up the way we hoped. And if I'm being honest, that topic is still very real for me. In past episodes, I've shared about rejection as an educator and entrepreneur while pursuing speaking opportunities and full-time roles. So often, it comes down to me and one other candidate, and I'm not the one selected. Well, it happened again. You know that feeling when you're on the phone with someone and you already know how the conversation is going to go? Yep, she called me, and within a millisecond, I could tell. She spoke for a while. Some of her words stuck, others blurred together. You know the script. Everyone really enjoyed the conversation with you. And then comes the word, but. They decided to go with someone who has more corporate experience. And I remember thinking, what does that even mean? According to the definition, corporate experience usually refers to working within a structured organization. Okay, so they've worked in a similar environment. But can they lead people well? Can they build trust? Can they inspire growth? Can they actually do the simple but powerful things the role requires? Because those are the strengths I bring. And as I'm listening, I'm thinking, here we go again. So I hung up the phone. I gave myself a short pity party because let's be real, that's part of the process. And then I got back to what I was doing, leading, caring for others, and encouraging growth. The disappointment crept back later that night before bed. It always does. But this time, it didn't stay as long. Rejection doesn't mean we are unqualified. Sometimes, it just means we're not what they were looking for at that time. And that doesn't make what we bring any less valuable. For all of us who have experienced rejection, whether it's social or professional, we often have something that helps us process it. Sometimes it's a routine, sometimes it's a conversation, and sometimes it's a song. For me lately, it's the song "This Is Me" from The Greatest Showman. That song is all about standing firm in who you are, even when you're being judged, overlooked, or counted out. In the film, Hugh Jackman plays P.T. Barnum, and there's a line that really sticks with me. Every one of us is special, and nobody is like anyone else. That's the point of my show, he says with intention. And when I listen to the lyrics of the song, this part hits me every time. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies, this is me. Because at the end of the day, I didn't get that job because I didn't have a specific type of experience they were looking for. But that doesn't mean I don't have value. Rejection has a way of making us question our value. It makes us wonder, am I missing something? Am I not enough? Do I need to change who I am to fit what they're looking for? And sometimes, yes, there are skills we can build. There are gaps we can close. But a lot of the time, rejection isn't about your worth. It's about alignment. It's about fit. It's about what that organization, that team, or that person believes they need, whether they're right or not. And here's what I'm continuing to learn in real time. Just because someone doesn't choose you doesn't mean you're not the right choice. It means you weren't the right choice for them in that moment. And if you're not careful, you can spend a lot of energy trying to become what they want, instead of becoming more clear, more confident, and more grounded in who you already are. So today, I want to explore 3 things. How do we process rejection in a healthy way without ignoring it or letting it define us? How do we separate feedback that helps us grow from opinions we don't need to carry? And how do we continue showing up with confidence, even when the answer keeps being no? Because whether you're navigating a career change, building something of your own, or just trying to move forward, rejection is part of the path, but it doesn't get to write your story. You do. Here are 3 key changes I've been working on when rejection shows up. Key change number 1, process rejection in a healthy way. It's simple, but not always easy. Feel it, but don't live in it. When rejection happens, it's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to have that moment, but don't let it turn into a story about who you are. Take a little time, reflect if there's something to learn, and then move forward, because rejection is an event, not your identity. Key change number 2, separate helpful feedback from noise. When I heard more corporate experience, I had to ask, is that something I truly need? Or is that just what they were looking for? And that's an important distinction. Some feedback helps you grow. Other times, it's just about fit. So instead of trying to fix everything, focus on what actually aligns with where you want to go. And key change number 3, continue to show up with confidence. Not fake confidence, not forced confidence. Real confidence is choosing to keep showing up as yourself, even after a no. That's the message I keep coming back to from The Greatest Showman. You don't need to become someone else to be chosen. And the truth is, you don't build confidence by being chosen. You build it by continuing to choose yourself. So if you're in a season right now where you're hearing more no's than yeses, you're not alone in that, but you're also not stuck. It might just mean you're in the process of finding the right fit, the place where what you bring is exactly what's needed and valued as is. And when that happens, it won't feel like you have to convince anyone. It'll feel like alignment. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need it, especially a friend, family member, or colleague. Check out the show notes for upcoming events. And don't forget to subscribe to the Making Key Changes weekly newsletter. This community continues to grow with people who are committed to leading themselves and others with intention. And if you're planning a conference, professional development session, or workshop and want to build a culture of reflective, confident leadership, I'd love to partner with you. How are we making key changes to understand that rejection doesn't stop us? Rather, it should shape us. Thanks for listening. If you haven't done so yet, please consider rating and reviewing the Making Key Changes podcast on the Apple Podcast app. If you found this episode helpful, please consider sharing it with others and joining me again next week. In my coming episodes, I'll discuss topics that are most passionate to me, along with things I've been researching or areas of my life I have changed or want to change. You can learn more about me on my website, makingkeychanges.com. Feel free to message me through there or reach out on social media. I'd love to hear from you and learn about what key changes you hope to make.